You know, sometimes life changes in a single message. One moment, you believe everything is safe, steady, and certain. And the next, a short text pulls the ground right out from under you. I never thought my life, my heart, or my trust would come crashing down because of a single line glowing on my phone screen. But that night, when I read her words, I knew nothing would ever be the same. The message said, "I'll be staying at Jason's tonight, don't wait up." I stared at those words for what felt like forever. My hands trembled, my chest tightened, and my breath got stuck halfway in my throat. I read it again, hoping I misunderstood, hoping there was some hidden meaning, some joke, some explanation that would make it all make sense. But there was none. The words were clear, sharp, and cruel. My girlfriend, the woman I thought I knew better than anyone, was telling me she was with someone else. In that frozen moment, I didn't even feel anger. I felt emptiness, as though someone had scooped out everything inside me and left me hollow. My world, which only minutes before seemed so secure, was suddenly fragile, cracked like thin glass. And in that silence, I had to decide, what do I reply? My fingers hovered above the screen, and 1,000 thoughts raced through me. Should I scream through text, call her, beg her to explain, or stay quiet and let her believe she broke me? I knew whatever I replied would not only shape the night but possibly the rest of our story. I finally typed out a response. My hands heavy but my mind strangely clear. "Okay, thanks for letting me know." It was the simplest thing I could have written. But behind those words was an ocean of pain. I hit send, and the 3 dots of her typing appeared for a second, then vanished. She never replied. I dropped my phone on the bed and just sat there. My apartment was quiet, but inside my head, it was chaos. Memories of us together came flooding back: her laughter, the way she used to hold my hand, the nights we stayed up late talking about our future. I remembered the little promises she made, the way she looked at me when she said I was the only one she wanted. And now, all of it seemed like lies. But the truth is, betrayal doesn't come out of nowhere. If I looked back closely, the signs had been there. The nights she said she was too busy to see me, the way her phone was always face down, the sudden distance in her voice, the distraction in her eyes. I ignored it because I wanted to believe in her, in us. I wanted to trust her completely, and I did. That's the cruel thing about trust. It makes you blind until it's too late. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying everything in my head. My chest ached, and my thoughts twisted into darker places. Was I not enough? Was I blind to who she really was? Did she ever love me at all? Or was I just a chapter she was waiting to close? The hours crawled by, and as the sun rose, the weight in my heart only grew heavier. I wanted answers, but more than that, I wanted honesty. Even if it hurt, I needed the truth. When morning came, I finally called her. She didn't pick up. I called again. Still nothing. I texted, "Can we talk, please?" But the message was read and ignored. The day stretched on painfully. Every time my phone buzzed, I hoped it was her, but it never was. And then, in the evening, she finally called back. My hand shook as I answered. Her voice was calm, almost too calm, as if nothing had happened. She said, "Hey, about last night, I didn't want to upset you. I just thought it'd be better if I told you straight. Better if she told me straight." Those words cut deep. She said it like she was being honest, like she was doing me some kind of favor. I asked her, "Are you seeing him?" There was silence, then a quiet sigh. "It's not that simple," she whispered. But it was simple. Either she was faithful, or she wasn't. Either she chose me, or she didn't. Love isn't complicated. It's the lies that make it complicated. I pressed her again. "Are you with him?" And finally, she said it. Yes. Hearing that single word felt like being punched straight in the chest. My breath left me. My hands went cold. And for a moment, I thought I might actually collapse. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I just sat there, gripping the phone, feeling my world burn down around me. And she, on the other side, stayed quiet, as though she had nothing else to say. I whispered, "Why?" Her answer was vague, filled with excuses that only made it worse. She said she felt lost, that she needed something different, that she still cared about me, but didn't know what she wanted. Each excuse was a blade, twisting deeper. That night, when the call ended, I sat in silence again. Only this time, the silence felt heavier, sharper. I realized something important: she had already left me long before she sent that text. Her body may have been near me, her smile may have been mine for a time, but her heart had gone somewhere else long ago. And so I faced the hardest truth of all. Sometimes, the people we love most are the ones who shatter us the deepest. The days after that were some of the hardest of my life, waking up every morning with that hollow feeling, walking through each day as though in a fog. Friends asked if I was okay, and I lied, saying I was fine, but inside, I was crumbling. Every little thing reminded me of her, the coffee mug she loved, the playlist we made together, even the scent of her shampoo on my pillow. Grief is strange. It's not just sadness, it's confusion, anger, longing, regret, all tangled together. It's waking up at night, reaching for someone who's no longer there. It's remembering their laugh and wondering if they're laughing with someone else now. But here's the thing, pain, no matter how unbearable, doesn't last forever. Slowly, I began to find pieces of myself again. I started going on long walks at night, letting the cool air clear my thoughts. I picked up old hobbies I'd abandoned. I wrote down my feelings in a notebook, page after page, spilling my heart out so I wouldn't carry it all inside me. And in that process, I realized something powerful. Her betrayal didn't define me. It hurt me, yes. It scarred me, yes. But it didn't destroy me. That text, the one that nearly broke me, ended up being the beginning of my healing. Because sometimes, the worst heartbreak is the push you need to rediscover your own strength. Looking back now, I don't see that night as the end of my story. I see it as the start of a new one. A story where I learned to value myself more than someone else's approval. A story where I understand that loyalty is priceless. And if someone can't give it, they don't deserve my heart. If you've ever been betrayed, you know the pain. You know how it feels to question your worth, to lie awake wondering what you did wrong. But let me tell you this, you didn't do anything wrong. Their choice says more about them than it ever will about you. I won't pretend the scars fade completely. They don't. But over time, you learn to wear them with pride. They remind you of your strength, of the storms you survived. That text, "I'll be staying at Jason's tonight. Don't wait up once," felt like the end of everything. But now, I see it for what it really was. The truth finally revealed, the mask finally dropped. And though it broke me for a time, it also set me free. So if you're listening to this right now, stay with me till the very end of this story. Because maybe you felt this kind of heartbreak too. Maybe you're carrying the same weight I once carried. And if you are, hear this, you will heal. It may take time, but you will. Love is never supposed to be built on betrayal. And when someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Don't waste your nights waiting for a person who doesn't value your heart. Because the truth is, the right person will never make you doubt. The right person will never make you read a message that tears you apart. The right person won't need excuses or lies. They'll give you love that feels safe, steady, and true. And when that day comes, when you finally find that kind of love, you'll look back on the pain and realize it shaped you, strengthened you, and prepared you for something better. So yes, my girlfriend texted me that night with words that changed everything. I replied, not with anger or rage, but with acceptance. And though it broke me for a time, it taught me more than I ever thought possible. Life goes on, and so will you. If this story touched your heart, stay strong and remember, you are worth more than betrayal.